When I say it's worse, I don't mean Allah loves you less. I mean the burden's heavier because you know the truth, and that truth cuts deeper when you go against it. I lived decades without Iman, and trust me, ignorance has its own kind of darkness. But when you finally see through the lens of Iman and you still fall, it hurts in a different way. You can pray, you can show up to Jummah, you can even be the brother people look up to, the one who gives reminders, who's doing well. But deep down, you know there's another version of you. The one who scrolls at night, who keeps secrets, who hates what he's doing, but still can't seem to stop. That's the battle most people don't see. The public you looks strong, consistent, put together. The private you feels weak, guilty, and disconnected. And that gap between those two versions of you, that's where the real suffering lives. Because you're not just sinning, you're betraying your own standards. You know what's right, and that knowledge turns every relapse into a punch to the gut. You make Toba, you swear it's the last time, but a few days later, the same pattern pulls you back. Start asking yourself, what's wrong with me? Why do I keep doing this? Why can't I stop? And that guilt, that shame starts turning into hopelessness. You're praying, but you don't feel anything. You're trying to make dua, but it feels hollow. It's like your mind's still there, but it's buried under something heavy. That's the burden of knowing better. It's not that you don't believe, it's that you believe so much, the fall hurts deeper. Before I became Muslim, I didn't feel that pain. Porn was everywhere, and no one saw it was a problem. It was just what guys did. No guilt, no shame. But when Allah gave me Iman, that all changed. Because now you can see, and once you see through the lens of Iman, you can't unsee it. You realize this isn't just a bad habit, it's spiritual poison. It rewires your brain, numbs your heart, and makes you lose connection to Allah. And that's why for a Muslim man, this addiction feels heavier. For the non Muslim guy, zina isn't off limits. He can chase desire openly, hookups, girlfriends, it's all part of his world. So for him, porn is usually just a lazy shortcut, a substitute for something he already has access to. But for the Muslim man, that door's shut. Zina's not an option. So porn becomes the secret outlet, the halal way to sin in private. And that's where the grip tightens because now it's not just about desire, it's about secrecy, about shame, it's about running from guilt instead of facing it. And for brothers who've never been with a woman, porn becomes the entire frame of reference. It shapes how they see women, how they see marriage, and even how they see themselves. No connection, no emotion, no mercy, just dopamine and shame. The non Muslim might lose his desire, but the Muslim risks losing his fitrah. Most brothers think guilt means failure. They slip, they feel disgusted, and they assume Allah's done with them. But that's not what guilt means. That ache in your chest after you fall, that voice that whispers, I can't keep living like this, that's not hypocrisy. That's Iman trying to breathe again. It's your fitrah telling you, you're not meant to live like this. Guilt isn't proof that Allah hates you. It's proof that your heart still feels Him. Because the real danger isn't sin, it's numbness. It's when you can sin and feel nothing. When your body touches fire, pain tells you to pull away. If you didn't feel it, you destroy yourself without realizing it. Your guilt works the same way. It's Allah's mercy disguised as discomfort. It's not meant to crush you, it's meant to wake you. Every time you make Tawbah, every time you regret what you did, you're not moving backward, you're being pulled back to Him. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, when a servant commits a sin, a black dot appears on his heart. But if he repents, the heart is polished clean. So your job isn't to run from the shame, it's to use it. Every tawbah is a polish, every sujood after a mistake is a polish. until your heart starts to shine again. So, where do you go from here? If guilt is the signal, then your next move is structure, because emotion without structure just fades. That means anchoring your day again. Salah on time, phone out of the room, and at least one action that feeds your Iman instead of your urges. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be real. When you stop living in chaos and start building structure, you give your Iman space to breathe again. And that's how you start to escape. Not through streaks, not through counting days, but by rebuilding your life in a way that makes old habits lose power. That's how you win. If you want to go deeper into this idea, I made a full video called Why Relapsing Doesn't Mean You've Failed at Quitting Porn. It'll help you see how to learn from your relapses instead of being crushed by them. Click that next, and let's keep rebuilding one step at a time.